Hello, and welcome back to the final chapter of this little book of Second City Mysteries. Um, I'm here again, once again, with Nirma, Lilio, and Ren. Mike is in the wings, watching us, and so to them we say, see you soon.
Yep.
Right. So before we get into the whole last we left off, um, you had basically discovered where Orin Coppercloak turned up, or at least that's what you're told, right? Following a visit to the Dragon Quarter, specifically to the Red Lotus. To the Red Lotus cabaret slash brothel. It's changed formulas over the years. Lelio's contact there, the now manager, previously owner, basically explained that there was a situation where there was an offer they couldn't refuse. They are now manager, and some of the staff has been moved around. There were also a couple of dragon touch people in the room that seemed to be on the lookout for something, or didn't seem to be partaking the same way the usual clientele would. On that note, let's just put in a bit of music, shall we? There we go. Okay. So, but before we get into that part, let's pull back a bit. Back in time, back around the city to a goblin in a shady apartment looking out a window. So Ren, as the others are now interrogating the half orc, so I believe his name was Luke. Your attention sort of wanders, right? They've got that well in hand. They've got all the questions. And as you're looking outside, you can see just on the corner there's a bit of noise that catches your attention. Goblin voices. And you can see there's maybe 3 or 4 of them walking down the street, wearing the armbands, the rolled up sort of flag for the union, maybe coming from a protest. But one of them seems to be limping, and I believe you recognize 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, I do. I recognize some of them, and the one who's limping is actually, I believe their name is Trix or something.
Strix?
Trix.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I know them quite well because she was a friend of my late wife, Lydia, and she also used to work as a bouncer in the Red Lotus. So the only thing that stuck for me from that conversation that I couldn't quite follow, because honestly I kind of need a drink right now, was that Red Lotus is somehow important. And I see this person and, maybe it makes sense to go after them and talk to them, to the bunch of them, in the bar with a drink, I guess.
Okay. So what I want you to do is let's create an aspect here. So my wife's old friend. Just to kind of see what kind of relationship that left off, right? Is it something that I'm going to be able to use against you or not? So you would take, in this case, take your highest aspect, which would be
Forceful.
forceful. Ooh. Yeah. So just roll for forceful, and let's see what that gives us in terms of result.
Oops, I'm sorry. I
No
accidentally
worries.
twice.
Okay, that's a 3. Right. So you're not. I'm not going to. Yeah. So neutral. Let's put it that way. Okay. They are the group is sort of, despite the limp, goblins walk pretty fast, and so there'll be soon the time for. I mean, if you decide to wait too long, they'll be out of sight fairly quickly. So you just sort of hail the others, say, "Be right back. See you at the Lotus," and scamper down. You're not even sure that any of them noticed. Not even the GM. As you scamper off, you catch up with them, and you can see that clearly there's been a protest that is just ended, right? As there are different groups of goblins, humans, a couple of dwarves. They seem to be sort of moving from one place into multiple directions in the area. A couple of them actually moving towards the red light district, maybe for a drink or something more, massage kind of thing. It's protests are stressful.
So do I still see Trix and the people he was with?
Yeah, I think that you managed to flag them down. The fact that one of them is still carrying sort of a what should be a 2-person banner is sort of holding them like this, sort of top up. You can it's recognizable above the crowd. They seem to be moving towards a little dive bar, which you know well, which is actually one of your old haunting grounds back in the day where you were still happily married. What's its name? What's the name of the of this little hole in the ground? Lelio, you've got an idea. Go ahead. I saw that.
Hole in the ground.
The hole in the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Going with that.
Sure. Let's go with that. The hole in the ground. This a bit of a part, but I've been told that there is a bar that exists where the name of it means work, or the office, so that whenever your wife calls you, say, "Where are you?" you can say, "I'm at work," or "I'm with the fellas," which apparently is another name of the bar. So this one definitely a hole in the ground. It's just on the outskirts from the the red light district, or what is now called Dragon Town, the Dragon Quarter. Interesting mood for this particular place. So, as you walk up to it, I would say that... How long has it been since you've been here?
Oh, at least 5 years.
5 years?
It's been quite a while. I mean, my wife's been dead for like 2 years now, and...
Okay.
Yeah.
And even then, it had been a while since you had gone together here. Or did she have habits? Was she mostly the regular, and she would go alone?
Yeah, I mean, the hole in the ground is one of the spots the union members go a lot, and I was never quite as involved as she was, so she would have been there more often.
Yeah, I can see it like the old sort of during the 50s in the U.S. Those beat poetry. The place where you talk about redoing the world, and that philosophy turns into something a bit more action as soon as somebody comes in and says, "No, we need to stop talking about it and start acting up." Maybe that's when you stopped coming. because it was no longer a place where you could relax. The air inside was charged with political ambition and social revolution. As you step towards it, you can see that it's gone a bit to ground. The decoration outside is more political graffiti than before. Very loud. There's posters placarded for old elections, or more recently things about joining the union, which have repeatedly been torn off and replastered. Very sort of yeah. If you want the imagery, I would go look at Soviet propaganda. The workforce, that kind of thing. So it's very sort of very stylized, very sort of bold, sort of base colors, right? And yeah, you see them walk in past the doors. And I guess you follow.
I do.
Okay. Like I mentioned, on the inside, it's less decrepit. It's not decrepit. That's not the right word. But it's let itself go. There's the stools and the chairs are now mixed matched. There are the little stage in the corner where you would have the space for a bit of jazz band or a group or whatnot has sort of been cannibalized by a booth, and it looks like, yeah, this is where you would. It looks more like a soapbox on which to call out rather than a stage. The barkeep is the same as you remember. An older goblin. He's still one of those. They're starting to become a bit more rare, but he's one of the first generation immigrants coming in, so he still has that faded black and green sort of pattern to his skin. He's still much one of the forest goblins that emigrated here. All around, it's chatting about, you've got people, and also, this used to be a goblin, mostly, goblin jazz club. Now, you do see all these other people coming in, a couple of dwarves in the corner, a couple of humans who are stooped down low, trying to avoid hitting the different booths that have been sort of set up in the empty space, which is that whole thing with the ceiling, right? So Ren, I think when we talked earlier, you had a pretty good idea of what this bar looks like. So tell us more about it.
So it does look like a hole in the ground. So the walls are roughly hewn. There are a bunch of, like, instead of having booths set up by chairs and tables, the booths are kind of
above,
inside the walls, basically. And as you look up the walls, you see more and more of those, because the goblins would just climb up and sit in there with their drinks. So instead of having this horizontal room, it's kind of a whole 3D bar.
Yeah.
Where everywhere, like the chattering comes from everywhere around you and above you. And there are those kind of hives where you could also sit in and have a drink and chat, and they're like built together, hanging from the ceiling, built together by different woods and scraps and metal and all of that kind of leftover material.
Yeah. Considering that this was built inside of those traditional dwarven homes, maybe a multi-story one as well. The central pillar, so the central hole, basically, in this thing, has been completely cannibalized by this structure. It almost looks like what an anthill looks like when you dig it up, right? So all of these different sort of shapes and little nooks and crannies that have been sort of set together. But on the outskirts, that's where you have the booths, and that's where you have the people for non-goblins, because I can imagine that the central square at the center of the bar is littered with shards of broken pottery, glass. As you know, when something falls, it falls. And occasionally, you know, when the thing closes down, maybe you'll have a sweeper come in and put that all to the side. But with the things that have been going on, and as you're looking to the thing, it hasn't closed in weeks. And you'll have the occasional smash noise coming in as... and maybe a cheer or so, or a curse or so, as somebody just lost their drink over the side. Trixie and her group have sort of moved off to a bit to the left. You can see that they've dropped the heavy rolled up banner onto a pile where there's maybe about a dozen of them already. Hey, protest is, you know, protest is protest. You don't have your personal sign. You were given one and you come and bring it back. You also notice that there's a sort of a beefier looking goblin, one who might have bit of the bouncer, but not watching the door, making sure nobody touches those banners without permission. How long has it been since you've been here, Ren?
Yeah, a couple of years it's been. So, I mean, there's still some familiar faces from the Union back then, but there's also a bunch of new people as the Union has grown and more people became active, and yeah.
So, how do you move in?
I walk in as I would normally walk into a bar, kind of relaxed, but straight going to going to the barkeep basically. But I scan the room. I make sure I register where Trix and the others are going and sitting down. But the first is to go and get a glass of rum.
Yeah. As you make your way to the bar, was just off center. Now, I think, yeah, probably in the center, but with a heavy tin rooftop, basically, which is basically where most people just throw their empty glasses, right? Two big bins on the side, so it just rains into. And yeah, the old forest goblin there. You know him under the name Gricko. Hey, how can I help you, sweetheart? Wait, I know your face.
It's been a while, Gricko. It's been a while.
Yeah. Weren't you with that, sorry, my mind's good. I can still recognize faces, but names are a blur these days. What'd they call you again?
Ren.
Yeah, I remember you now. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably recall Lydia more than me, anyway.
Yeah, Lydia, yeah. Sorry about that, hon. Yeah, things haven't been really the same without her. But, I mean... Look. In her memory, huh? And he goes back, grabs a bottle, 2 glasses, fairly clean. It starts plops it and serves 2 glasses. In her name and in her memory, huh?
I appreciate that, Rico.
Yeah.
I take the glass and I
Yeah.
here with him, and I kind of down the first glass, and then
Yeah, he does as well. Following you, but you'll notice that when he pours you the second glass, yours is topped up, his is not. Yeah. So what brings you here?
you know, good old times, but also there's someone I need to talk to.
No? Well, there's a lot of talking. More talking than drinking, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's always been like that here, hasn't it?
Well, not always. People used to come in to listen, you know? But, and don't get me wrong, Lydia was great. But she brought in a certain crowd. I mean, and the crowd's never left. So, yeah, I mean, who would have guessed I would have see a couple of humies in here? Never thought by the time that they'd appreciate our type of jazz. But, I've had to, adapt. Yeah, that's the word. So, yeah.
She never cared where someone came from.
Look, I'm not going to start, going down memory lane that far. Right? You knew her better than anyone. We just saw the face, heard the voice. And apparently, her words are still echoing today, so.
Yeah. Listen, it's been nice talking to you.
Sure.
I gotta get talking to Trix.
Yeah. You do that.
I'll see you around.
Don't wait too long.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I take my glass and find Trix.
Okay. It's an easy scan of the room. She hasn't, strangely enough, she hasn't moved into the upper levels. She's still there at the bottom. Maybe because one of her crew, the one that was limping, you notice that they are now sort of bandaging the wounds and putting the arm one of their arms in a sling. Sort of a grayish goblin. You don't know this one. Seems fairly young. Maybe late adolescence. And they don't even notice you approach necessarily. Sort of. The urgency is something other. But I would think that you are noticed as you come up to the bar. As you come up to the booth. Do you call out first, or?
I see if she recognizes me first.
Yeah, she does.
Okay. Then I kind of, I nod, and I say hi. Mind if I join you?
Yeah, sure. It is. Make some room, boys. This here is Ren. An old friend's widow. But, in her own right, so don't get any ideas, right? You don't come on to her before she comes on to you, okay? Boyd, I know you. Boyd sort of goes, okay. How you doing, Ren?
All right. Back in this place, it's kind of odd, but it's nice seeing familiar faces. How have you been holding up?
We're doing okay. It's been a bit difficult. You know, the centaurs are out. And, well, being short means you only get hit on the head, huh?
Yeah.
This little one here got it bad. Nah, might be a broken shoulder. But, we'll get him to a doc soon enough.
Yeah. It does look kind of rough.
Yeah, well... Gotta lay low for a shift or two. They're looking for the wounded and well, hospitals ain't safe for protesters, huh?
Yeah. Nowhere safe for protesters.
Well, got this place. I don't see a centaur walking through those doors.
Yeah. Might as well try, huh?
Oh, if they do, they'll get what's coming. Definitely. So what
Hey,
brings
listen.
you here?
Yeah, I'm working on a thing, and the name Red Lotus popped up, and funnily enough, I saw you walking down the road, so I thought maybe you could help me a bit. Haven't you've worked there, right? It's not been too long.
No, it's been a couple of months. Off and off work. Usually show up when the tourists come in. But, yeah, actually, now that you mention it, I would have gotten a call. With all the hubbub that's going in the quarter now, they would need, extra muscle, but no, I didn't get called in.
Is that
Huh.
weird?
Well, I mean, unless they found somebody better. But, I know the place, I know the owner, you know that. Oh, wait. What's that? Instead of, and Boyd sort of goes like, change in ownership, you haven't heard that? What do you mean change in ownership? Yeah. He got bought out. Bought out? No. He's been saying no for years. What? I don't know. I just know that he's manager now, not he's no longer the owner.
Who's the owner then?
I mean, some dragon touch, I guess. They've been all over the place. Boyd, how do you know about this? I mean, you tell me not to come on to, so I gotta go somewhere. I don't know if I should be disgusted or be in admiration.
Well, he seems to know how to handle himself.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you know? Well, just that. Yeah, for the past couple of weeks, there's been a lot more dragon touch moving in. But I mean, that's normal. That's a quarter. That's where they go. No. I mean, coming off the boats. It's been. What do you mean? Make it sound like an invasion. Oh, not really, boss. But it's maybe they're migratory. Where'd you learn a word like that? Hey, look, maybe they're coming in, maybe they go out. It's... Well, look, I mean, I haven't been called back. But what's this whole thing with the Red Lotus, anyways? You haven't told us.
It's just part of a case I'm working on. Someone's been killed. We gotta find out what happened, so...
Oh yeah, you're one of the Poltergeist people, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. Steady gig?
I mean, yeah.
Might want to look into that. If the protests don't work out.
You got the muscle for it, so...
Oh, they're looking for muscle?
Sometimes.
Good to know. Good to know. So you're telling me about the case, right? Did somebody get killed?
Yeah. So, how was that? And I take another sip of the rum. And I tell her about Copper Cloak and about potentially that not being the person, and basically just, talk a lot because
it comes
I
spilling
trust
out.
this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of spill it out.
Okay.
And we found this book of matches with our, like, from the Red Lotus, and yeah, so I just thought I'd check it out.
The kid, which you learned, whose name is Owen. Not necessarily a goblin name, but is just staring you wide-eyed, sort of. At some point, this is even better than the broadsheets. The others are, and you've actually sort of attracted a bit of a crowd as you're looking about. You know what? Let's roll for that. Why don't you roll flashy for me? One. Okay, so one additional goblin sort of hanging by just above, sort of listening in.
Also being very drunk, having very glassy eyes.
You're not exactly sure if they're hanging there because they're stuck or if they're listening. Both are very plausible in this scenario. But yeah, you explain the whole thing, and and it's come down to there's a bit of a maybe a moan of appreciation from Boyd as you mention the half orc strung naked in the bed, where he's going, oh, this is going somewhere, and then very disappointed that it doesn't go anywhere. But Trixie goes, yeah, okay, sure. Listen, need any help? Look, if you say there's coin in the business, maybe. Look, I get it. It's your gig. We're not coming in muscling on your cash, okay? But maybe helping you with the job might get you a word with your boss,
Yeah, I can do that for you. I'm sure I can give them your name, and you can drop by sometime soon at the Poltergeist, I guess.
Good.
I mean, I can't promise anything,
No. Yeah. That's the whole thing. Look, like I said, but I know people. We got unions that have been in every pocket, yeah. Right? So, look. Here's the thing. We're not too far. Let me ask around. Okay? Stay here in the poop. Stay with the boys. Tell all these other stories. I'll be right back. And she said, boy, scoot over. I'm trying to make an exit here. Come on. So they shuffle around and she disappears into the crowd. And you can see her, she very immediately, whenever she walks around, there is the moment where people recognize her, right? Trixie is, while Lydia was not necessarily she was the starting spark of the whole movement for at least for this area. Trixie sort of picked up the flame after that, and you can see it. She's not a leader, but because she doesn't necessarily want to be, but she's definitely somebody known. She's one of the faces, at least. Yeah. So, wait 15, 20 minutes. And then she comes back. Yeah, and she comes back with in company of a halfling. But you do notice that this particular halfling is wearing a black bag around their chest, around their neck. Now, we know what that means. For the audience, basically, it means that this halfling is in mourning from their twin. She's I would say, going on to middle of adulthood, right? And you can see that she has the lines the lines on the face of somebody who's been smiling, but the lines are not on the eyes. Does that make sense? Somebody who's been smiling a lot for work. I mean, Lelio would most likely recognize this woman, as Trixie introduces her as one of the cloakroom handlers, or at least she was up until about a year ago. Yeah, so this year's Nadia. She used to work there. We had conversations. Left, but apparently she's been keeping tabs. So, you want to tell her what you told me? Yes. Well, hello, Ren, is it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that about a couple of weeks ago. Somebody came into town, apparently. You know, the Red Lotus was always a bit of a place where, you know, the last non-dragon touched, right? And now so there was always a bit of pressure to sell. But what I heard is about 10 days ago, guy walks in and just walks right by the bouncers. They didn't do nothing. Just walked right up to the main office. 30 minutes later, came out and the place was sold.
What did that guy look like?
Yeah,
And he just passed the bouncers.
yeah,
like that.
just like that. Sort of tall fellow, you know, lanky type. It had all these, you know, he had the sleeves rolled up and all these sort of tattoos, a lot of snake tattoos. Scaly hands, I remember that. Well, I wasn't there, but, you know, I remember people telling me that. But apparently he always wore glasses inside. Yeah, you know the kind of glasses that, you know, cover the sides too? Couldn't see his eyes?
That sounds suspicious.
Yeah, well, you know, some people just like the anonymity, but this was a bit extreme, apparently. So, yeah, that's what I heard, anyways. Guy seemed a bit domineering, apparently.
Yeah. Sounds like a piece of work, to be honest.
Look, all I know is ever since he stepped up, well, I mean, Trixie hasn't been called back. That's for a reason. The new boss got his own men. And they're all touched.
Just wanted to ask that.
Yeah. Apparently all of them tattoos. Same kind of, sort of like a snake around the neck, you know? Tattooed snake around the neck. Winged. A bit weird. Who puts wings on a snake? But, yeah. A couple of the girls have been leaving. Others have been firmly asked to stay. not exactly sure why.
I see. Thank you.
Look, Trixie told me there was something about that you're looking into it. You're not going to get in by the front door, okay?
Okay.
You don't wanna. So, here's the thing. You go by the service entrance that we use. Right? Go to the alley on the left. Right? If you can crawl in, it's a crawl space, it's good for us, right? You'll find it used to be some sort of trash chute or vent or whatnot till the boss changed. Well, our boss changed it a bit, and that pretty much will allow you to get into any place in the place, any room in the place. You have no idea how hollow those walls are.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Hey, just make sure they're okay, okay?
Yeah. I'll make sure to let you know.
Yeah. Yeah. If you see him, tell the twins that I sent you. They'll know you're good people and not trying to just peek.
All right. Will do.
All right. What are you up to?
Well, I guess I'll down my drink and leave towards the alley on the left to the crawl space.
Are you going alone, or are you bringing a crew?
I will be going alone.
Okay. We fade out of the scene as Ren sort of downs the glass, feet on the ground, headed forcefully towards the door. We travel to the brightly lit, multicolored streets of the Dragon Quarter. The crowd is, as we remember it, sort of vibrant, and something exciting is about to happen. Everybody knows that something is going to happen, but nobody really understands what. Maybe if they knew, they wouldn't be celebrating so much. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Lilio, Nirma, and to a certain degree, Mike, you've been... Let's say that Mike has stayed behind in the lobby, which I think was the case. I don't know, it's been a while. But let's say it is. Mike's been basically sort of there, shoulder to the bar, watching next to this, once again, this serpent-headed dragon touch that seems to be the same way, observing. But that's another scene. We move into the office, where you had met the owner. Remind me his name, Lilio?
Jailer.
Jayla. Yeah. And Jayla's like, yeah, made me an offer I couldn't refuse. No, the last words were, Copper Cloak. Yeah, I got him down in my basement. What's the whole hubbub around him?
Him in your basement.
Yeah.
Alive or dead?
You know better to ask that question around here. Of course he's alive.
Making sure you wouldn't believe the day we've had.
He looks over again over to your shoulders. Look, it sort of runs around, brings out a bottle. I said, "Okay, you want to talk about it, or Look, I'm... Let's... Okay. If you wish. There you go. What's this all about this guy?
Thing is, there is somebody who was taken to be Owen Copper Cloak, lying dead in a morgue, having died in a boxing match. And so there has been the question of how that happened, and then the question has risen up where the real Owen is, but that's really at this point only between us. So if we could talk to him, that would be just wonderful. Really.
Oh, no, you're not getting close to him. No. He got dragged in here about 3 nights ago. Just dragged in by the new owners.
Just a side question: does Lillian know what is in the basement of this establishment? Are those regular rooms down there, or is that more like a service basement where you can conveniently torture someone, and he wouldn't know that?
There is a dungeon. I guess that could be repurposed. No, it's mostly service stock and that kind of thing. But yeah, there is one sort of little pleasure room that happens to have a couple of places where you can hang up chains and hooks and that kind of thing. It's for the ambience. It's something that you could put above ground, but it's not the same thing as
having it underground.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the last question? Shit, I lost track. But so they dragged him here, and he's down there, and they're keeping him there.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I mean, we're told to treat him well, bring him food, drink. I'm not exactly sure if he's a guest or a prisoner. He's a guest that's forced to stay here, so I guess a prisoner.
No, why? Right?
I don't know. Look, I haven't been in control of my own thing in a while now. New owner comes in. I can't even remember signing the paper on the page, but there it is.
Wait, what?
Look, the guy walks in. Look, look. Maybe it's for the best, right? But guy walks in, sits at my desk. He's got 2 goons on either side. One of them holding a pretty big ass, sheath sword. And I don't know. It just the meeting went off in a flash, right? It's one of the things. It went too fast for me to remember correctly.
So if we recap this, you were threatened and coerced into signing away your...
No. They were very polite. Very polite.
Big sword. Yeah.
Big sword. And you don't remember anything.
Look, the end of the thing, I remember putting, finishing signing the thing, reviewing the document. I mean, I reread the document, right? Don't get me wrong, and it was not unfair. But look,
was there a reason why you would willingly sign away the ownership of this building? Did it need new money influx? Did it need anything?
He sort of has a side glance towards Lelio. I mean, look, it's been a while since we've been in the black. Okay, it's clients, yeah, we get the regulars, like yourself, sure, but the new folks, they go elsewhere. For a moment, it was, I was kind of thinking that. Look, there's a moment. It's been a while since I'm thinking there's frightening off my customers, and then we have a couple of touch that just sit there and taking up space, and they don't drink, they don't eat, they don't consume. It's just there. Yeah, they kind of been starving me out. So can't do much about that. Now at least they're consuming again. Just different clientele.
Okay. That's an awful situation. I'm sorry that this happened, and maybe we can talk a bit more about this after everything else
Sure.
has been resolved.
Look,
Is there any way you can get us down there? Like,
I mean, we've done our job. We know where he is, and apparently he's not moving anytime soon.
we don't know that. We can't be sure if we leave now. We can't be sure that he will still be here in 2 hours and not, I don't know.
Oh, we don't need to leave, but we can also get higher authorities involved when in the matter of getting him back.
I think that would be the moment where there's a panel that opens up on one of the walls, and I mean he sort of jumps a bit, right? Because, and then you just have one of the two cloak halflings. Hey boss, got somebody here for you. I think there might be for these guys. And Ren, enter when you will.
Yeah, I guess I do crawl out of the space through the panel.
Yeah.
Hi.
Good see. Hey, Ren. Good seeing you. Talk soon, huh? Yeah.
I nod.
See you at the meeting. Clunk. And then you hear tap 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 in the walls.
Jailer, meet Ren. I'm sorry for that weird entrance.
I wave and take a cobweb out of from my head.
Oh, those are no. Well, if there's a cobweb, it did not come from those tunnels. Those tunnels are very clean and quite often walked through. So no. From what you understand, the two twins have been running a sort of a side voyeur kind of business for the smaller folk. The boss does get a cut, but that is strictly off the books.
Good.
Oh,
Fair.
don't worry about it, Lilio. Look, I'm the business of weird. So, Ren, get it. Sit down.
How the hell did you find us, like, here? In this office?
What? How I found you here?
Yes.
I mean, I knew you'd be at the Red Lotus, so... I also have some contacts, you know?
Okay, good for you.
No, listen, I just learned some things about the person who bought this place.
Oh.
Sorry for your loss, sir.
Thanks. I guess.
Ren is obviously in very, like, nonchalant
Yeah.
mood.
walking around the room like Columbo at the all just discovering this new
Yeah, exactly.
scenery and going, and everybody's looking at you going, you obviously have something to say.
So,
Well,
Well, I mean, you probably know who you sold your establishment to.
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
you though?
Well, I mean, his name's at the bottom of the page.
What's his name?
actually,
Let's call him Yobu. Shin Yobu.
Shin Yobu.
Shin Yobu.
Interesting. I just learned that apparently everyone here is now touched, and the guy who bought this, sorry, Shin Yobu, he doesn't like to show his eyes, does he?
I
Kind of confused that the manager can't give me any information.
yeah. There's a moment. I'm actually gonna have. Where are my dice?
Where are they when you need them?
who are
Let's
you
see.
and what have you done with my husband?
Dice are there. Oh yeah, okay. There's eyes. Yeah. He's got snake eyes. Remember those, but something weird. Can't put my finger on it.
There was also something about a tattoo of a winged snake. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, his men, they all have it. So this dragon with wings on either. Well, not dragon. Kind of snake with wings. Yes. And
that
you would have
color
noticed.
Something?
I don't know. It's they don't talk too much, but from what I understand, it's either a clan thing, family thing, gang thing, or all in one. Not exactly sure. All I know is that that's their colors, in a sense.
Okay. And I turn to the others and I'm just like, so how does this help us free the kid?
Well, to free the kid, we have to prove that he didn't murder anyone. We have the real Orin that's in the basement here. We have proof that the dwarf was poisoned. We found the poison, and we found and we have the autopsy reports. So now we just need the guild to bring all the evidence to the police.
Yeah, Jayla, how happy would you be to have the police show up here? On a scale from 1 to 10.
To be honest, they don't even come. Centaurs don't walk the dragon's trail, right? Bad expression. Very bad expression. What am I? Look, they don't come in the dragon quarter anymore. They haven't for what? 2 months now?
Why?
With official reason is, from what I understand, is they're manning the protests and they're understaffed. But if I get an issue here, yeah, local protections. It's the snakes.
So you think the police could be in on it and leave them there
No.
Okay.
That's good.
Centaurs? Nah. They're loyal to a fault. I mean, territorial is... It's in their skin. But... maybe they just got pushed out. Look. Nah, they're not in on it.
Give me a minute. May I borrow some paper and a pen?
Help yourself. You can see there's a sort of stenograph's pad.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll use guild code.
okay.
And pen down a quick message. And ask him, you still got a trusted runner here?
Yeah. He goes up. He sort of...
There's
What's
a
his-
phone right there. What's it maybe?
There is a phone. Yes, there is a phone. Right. Yeah. Sure. I can. Yeah. I got somebody. And yeah. He. I don't think he calls up the phone. No, he would. And basically just... yeah, just send me a runner. Yeah, send me Lewis. Yeah. Look. Yeah, I know. But send me Lewis. Yeah, usual fee. Yeah, that's what I'm paying him for. Just send him over. Cluck. Yeah, he'll be here in a minute. And yeah, maybe 5-10 minutes pass. In maybe most likely a very awkward silence if none of you
Ren
have
is-
anything to do.
I mean,
Say-
Ren is
we're
walking-
probably catching up
Okay.
with Ren.
Yeah.
And Ren is definitely walking around like dragging stuff out of the like shelves and like looking at it without even caring what it is. It's more like a fidgety kind of I need to move, I need to look at things, I need to do things.
Lelio's basically juggling with a letter opener.
Oh, by the way, yeah, there's that fantastic picture of yours. I'll put that up after the break. You notice that your friend has sort of opened the back window. Sort of looks out and sort of stay away from the window for a while. And maybe sort of 5 minutes after that, as you're walking, there's a rock that is thrown inside the window that sort of lands, smashes itself onto the desk. So the sort of very smooth, round, sort of kind of pebble, right? Maybe about the size of your fist, Ren. Well, no, it would fit well in your fist. You've got a big fist for a goblin. And Jolas basically looks like they're going, yeah, well, at least I remembered to open the window this time. And sort of grabs the pebble. That note that you had written, he sort of wraps the stone inside it. And then basically just juts it out the window. And goes to close it.
He would have warned me in advance to put an address on it.
There's a smash through the window.
I love this.
Yeah. You might want to write that down. He goes to the window. Goes, Lois, what did I tell you about? Yeah, use the small stones on the window's closed. Okay, I can hear you. Does it? Yeah, I see. You used them. It's like, you got something. You got something for the kid. There's another. You can see there's another pebble that just sort of hits him on the back of the head. Payment is due as usual. Shit. Now they hurt.
Oakbridge Barrel Maker Guild is the address that's on the...
Okay. Again, the whole thing thrown out the window. Does anybody want to go up and see?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see a... I think, yeah, you see sort of, yeah, catfolk, right? Actually, no. I would say probably a young centaur. But you can see he's got how do you call them when they're is it the black and the white with the black spots?
Appaloosa.
Appaloosa. So very much an Appaloosa kind of sort of lower body. He's got but very much sort of in a the above is very much in a punk sort of fashion, as in he does have he's got definitely tattoos, this sort of bright blue sort of tribal kind of pattern going above his shoulders. He is definitely wearing nothing much more than a vest, really to show his guns off, and he's got on his I get his back sort of saddlebags, and as he sort of takes it, puts it in, has sort of an obscene gesture towards and just clops off. Get there, it's he's gone. I hate working with him, but he's the fastest. If you want to get, and he usually waits for an answer.
Yeah. Sorry about the window. we will find a way to yeah.
The panel sort of opens up, going, and you have one of the two. Oh, Lewis again, huh? I can't. I can't. Yeah, don't worry, boss. We got it. And just basically just almost kicks the panel back in. One of those days. One of those days. So to answer your question, if that dwarf in my basement or him not being in my basement means that I get a bit of breathing room back, go for it. If him gone means a boot on my neck, that's gonna be something else. So, what's your plan to get this done without me involved?
Those crawl spaces. They
Yeah,
go through the whole building.
Yeah, including the room, but no. You wee folk might be able, but Lelio could. I mean, you're agile, but not that agile. And sorry, Miss. Remind me your name.
Norma.
Norma. Yeah, you are not going to fit in there. It's just not built for you. On purpose.
I don't want to go in there anyways.
Right. Forget I said anything.
But then maybe at this point, so it would be possible for Wen to just go maybe down there and talk to him?
I mean, I can do that. Is there other guards in front of the door?
look, that's one thing that I've sort of managed to kind of keep for myself, which is they don't know that all the rooms have these little nooks. So, I don't know if there's anybody in there with him. If it is, you'll have to be discreet, but...
Maybe Ren, you can go have a look. Try to spot if there's anyone in the room with him.
Because otherwise we could just, like, break him out or something.
Or at least you could talk to him and find out what happened. I mean,
I can
that's
talk to
good.
him. I mean, for sure. And, like, I make my way to the panel already.
First try to see if he's got company or not.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm not stupid or anything.
No, but just let's avoid you getting attacked while we can't help you.
Yeah, follow me. I'll show you the way.
Cool.
Quick question. You want the scenic route or you just want to go direct?
Give me the scenic route.
That'll be 20. But you know what? This time's on me. And you start, moving about. The corridor is about, for you just have to be sort of maybe just askew, right? But it's fairly comfortable to walk around. And I have to remember, what was the name of the... So you had Ben and Terry who were the more... how did we call...
Lucy and something like that? Lucy and...
It was a very rhymey thing.
yeah. I remember Rumble and Tumble, but those are upstairs.
I think those are Rumble and Tumble. I think those are the one...
No, Rumble and Tumble are the masseurs.
Oh,
So
right. Yeah.
Halflings.
This is what happens when I don't take notes of my NPCs, but that's your fault. Your role is to take up all the names that I come up on the spot. But yeah, let's call her Lucy. Maybe it was Lucy Doocy. It might have been that. Hey, if you find a plot hole, put it in the comments. So yeah, you're following Doocy, and she's definitely taking you the wide range. And there are a couple of clients, there's a couple of moments where she goes, shh. And you can definitely realize that these walls are very thin. And when you sort of maybe go a brighter shade of red, you understand that it's part of the game to be able to be in a room and to listen to the others. It's part of the ambience. It heightens things up, right? Puts them in the mood, sparks a candle. You know what I mean? And on occasion, you will see little sort of sliding, sort of little inserts that you could just take out and sort of poke through. And yeah, you are taken through this labyrinth of a brothel, basically. Hearing all sorts of noises. You know what? Maybe not the music, but yeah, you're just walking through Crinolan Dream, which is the name of the song. Oh, actually, no. Let's see what this one is. Yeah. You are brought down through a series of sort of steps and ladders. You basically run to the lower area. And this, at some point, as she comes up to the ladder leading down to the basement, there she goes, really, shh, we really don't want them to know that we're down here. So make me a sneak. those. So this would be sneaky, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just I have to deflate my character sheet.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. 4 is very good. So yeah, I mean, she does this without ease, and it's quick to you're quick to look down and see. I mean, you've worked in the mines, right? So when somebody goes down a safe route, you learn to notice which are the handholds to pick up on, and yeah, she sort of peeks down, and you as well. And you find yourself now in. The temperature's dropped, right? But there's a bit of a corridor, and here, instead of being just the two sort of little eye slits, you notice here and there that there are actually full-size doors. Well, for your size. Which you would maybe see. These were the sort of the service access to. There's a moment as you pass by. There's a heavy scent of wine. And you're maybe sort of it's a bit further. But as you get to the end of it, and this time the tunnel just sort of stops, and there is another set of sort of looky-loo. That should be it. Just right down there.
So I slide the cover to the side carefully to not make any sound and look through.
The room is... What hits you immediately is sort of a dull red glow. You can see that the gas lamps here have been set up, but they've been muted by red... I guess it would be taffeta. So the very sort of, or silk paper. And you can see inside, there's definitely, I think taffeta, I think is the word. You can see inside the arrangements for pretty kinky shit. But in the center, sort of walking backwards and forwards, is indeed a dwarf. And from what it seems, he seems to be alone. Let's go for a bit.
And he's not like bound, gagged. He's walking. He's like, does he look distressed, or does he look annoyed or happy, or what's the vibe?
He seems to be first of all, he's wearing sort of I guess it would be a sort of a silk robe. And from what you can see, he's wearing nothing but that. It's trailing a bit to the ground. It's a bit long for his sleeves, and a bit, maybe you can see it sort of strain at the shoulders. You can see that his beard has been knotted, but where there would have been beads or other sort of decoration, those are gone.
Have they been like cut out, or?
Well, most likely his beard was most likely combed, and those things set up.
And he just redid his own beard.
Yeah, he just maybe by reflex, right? And he's sort of walking sort of backwards and forwards. He's sort of maybe mumbling to himself. And something, it's repetitive. And it's sort of almost like a mantra.
Can I make out what he's saying?
Let's see. I want to say careful, but let's see what a careful can bring up. Right. No, not really. I mean, most likely because it's dwarven. And it's not necessarily... I mean, I don't know if... You know a couple of words in Dwarvish, because you got to understand the what they say, and most of the language in the mines is Dwarvish. But this seems to be a bit different, or the accent is different, you're not exactly sure. I'll say you can't determine what he's saying, but you can definitely determine that the accent is not from around here.
That makes sense. Knowing that Copper Cloak was from overseas.
Yep.
Well, since there, is there anything else in the room that makes me suspicious?
I mean, what defines suspicious? There are chained manacles on the wall.
Not those things.
Oh, okay.
They don't make Ren suspicious.
Interesting. No. As far as you can see, he's alone. He's mumbling to himself. There doesn't seem to be. I mean, suspicious. He's clearly not wearing anything. So either because for whatever reason he doesn't have access to clothing, except for this one sort of wrap that he's got, and himself. So.
Okay. Then I will open the wall panel.
So yeah.
And enter the room, I guess.
Okay.
There is a wall panel, right?
There is a wall panel, yeah. As he sort of looks in and goes, he looks at, there's not even a surprise. It's just, he sort of looks at it. You can see that he's got, he sort of squints a little bit. You all knew? What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here.
I actually meant to ask you the same.
No, as I am a guest. I do not need anything. They have brought me dinner. They have brought me to drink. I am fine. Go away.
I just keep staring at him.
Why are you not going away?
Well, I was wondering, what's your name?
You do not want to know my name.
I do. I think I do.
You're not part of the staff, are you? Who? You answer my question, I will answer yours.
Okay. You first.
No! And he sort of looks to the door in the back. You can see. Look, if they hear us, they will come in, and they will find you, and they will find. And he sort of gestures to the door. This.
So, why are you being kept in here?
It's. I'm actually going to have you roll forceful on this persuasion, basically. So, go ahead. And that's a 4. Do you want to add a bit to that? Do you have something...
Of course. I think I still do have a fate point or 2.
By the way, beginning of the session, you should have all of your fate points back to 3.
Yeah.
Amazing. Look at that.
Huh.
So what do I add again for 1 fate point? How does that work?
So you would invoke one of your aspects to get a +2 or a reroll. So looking at Goblin ex-metal factory worker, always time for a drink, hitting.
I can look pretty intimidating for a small person.
Okay. Here's the thing. And this is just from my interpretation, right? I'm going to give you a... Why don't we go for this? There is always time for a drink. As in, the idea is you forcefully go up to the little table where there's the glass of wine, you pour one in, and you're just going, I'm not going anywhere.
I love this. Yes.
Okay, let's do that. So that's a 6. It's right. My name is Orin Coppercloak.
Yeah. Thought so.
Thought so. You know my name.
Go on. Yes, I knew your name. That's another question from your side. So why are you being kept in here?
That was not a question. No. That was just...
It
was
was.
not a question.
Question for a question, you said.
Yes, but it wasn't my turn. I haven't finished...
I just leaned back in my chair.
Goblins. I don't... I had something that was given to me. I was supposed to give it to someone, and it was taken. And now the person who's come... The person who I was supposed to give it to, his boss is now in town.
And that happened to be a little box, octagonally shaped.
That's your second question.
You got me.
Yes. Yes, it is. But I'm guessing that if you are asking me about the box, that means that I have lost a cousin. That is not a question. That is a supposition. But... well... What has been going on? I've been kept here for 2 days. I have been told that the winged serpent himself, Gent, will be coming by and meeting me.
So, what's been going on our side is there's a dead dwarf in a morgue, apparently with your name, and
My name?
a kid in jail who supposedly killed the dwarf with your name and your beads and your, apparently you, according to the beard book of big beards.
No. I have how you say. The fight didn't happen. I was... You mean to say is that a young half-orc killed me, or someone who was passed off as me, and that person isn't... Oh dear. My condolences. It was not supposed to happen this way.
Well, listen, I mean, we gotta tell the guild something.
The guild. Well, to the guild, I'm dead. Matters resolved. You never found me, and it... Well, I mean, I'm dead, right? So, um, I can't believe that the kid killed.
Well, he didn't. That's what we are trying to, prove. The other dwarf was poisoned.
Poison? No.
Something fanged serpent thing, poison kind of situation.
No, he would. No, they would not. No, they would not do that. No, we. Let me ask this. You seen the body?
I mean, I haven't. My friends have.
Your friends. Ask your friends. Did he have if the body had a scar here between the nose and the eye, sort of crescent shape? Dury had that mark since he was a child. I'm a bit responsible for it.
Do I recall if they told me about this?
No, because you were looking at the beard, and something very sort of that kind of shape. I don't think you would have noticed. Or
I just know that the twins went through all of the small
they did
stuff, so I wasn't sure if they mentioned it.
Did you read the report?
I wasn't there, so
you weren't there. You're right.
I think Lelio was supposed to read the report but couldn't read it, so.
Well, you don't have any memory of this.
Okay, I don't have any memory of this. Okay, good. So then I go back and I ask him, who is they?
The clan of the Gent. It is the serpent that they wear around their neck. It is. They are nobility in the Dragonlands. They're close to the dragon. Third or fourth family. Hi. I was led to believe. I found a part of a dragon. And wanted to avoid any rumor was going to come out. And so I fled here to give them rather than have them invade my home again.
I think you need to explain a bit more here.
What do you know about the war? And why we were fighting?
Not much, I guess.
Magic, child. Magic. All magic comes from the dragons. It just so happens that in Europe, the dragons left or were extinguished. In the East, or here, West, in the Orient, they still have a dragon. And that dragon is power. Magic. That is why he marks his people. That is how he marks them. And they all... So when when dragon bones were discovered in the Balkans, it pushed everything off, you see. The Orient wanted the bones that they claimed by right of family, and the West, the Europeans decided that it was only fair to share the magic. That's how the war started. It ended when, well, the bones were lost. Just lost in the fight, in the battle. And then my family, we discovered scale. Close enough anyways. And so to avoid another invasion, we were to give it away, but I had to flee. So I came here. Closest place that I could have access to people from the Dragon Empire without going through severe security checks.
Ren is very lost. Ren cannot follow the intricacies of magic, politics, and war. So they just kind of nod along, and so they now... I don't get it. They took the stuff from you. They killed someone else instead of you, and now they're keeping you here? What's...
No. You see, I was supposed to go to the Orient. They would give me passage. But I guess they decided that I needed to be dead. That I needed to disappear, and poor Dury was the replacement.
But why are you here now?
The scale has an imprint, and he sort of shows. He's been keeping one hand sort of either closed or around either a bottle or a glass or something along those lines. But as he opens, brings you his hand, sort of left hand, and you can see that the entire hand is sort of scaled like a lizard. I've been marked, you see, but not by the Emperor, but by the scale itself.
Is that possible?
It happened. So, in a sense, I'm linked to it. It's very complicated. I don't understand half of it myself. But I'm changed, and I cannot stay.
Right. So they kind of don't like someone being dragon touched by...
No. In my home. And here. Dragon touch means you're a traitor, you're a spy, you're not one of us. I need to go to this means I'm imperial to anyone who doesn't know the story. I'm political refugee, political asylum, religious or magic, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, Ren is completely lost.
And I think the both of you are sort of shaking your heads in unison, one at each other. Ah! And he sort of spins around. As he lifts his arm, sort of in desperation, you can actually hear the silk crack, where you can the seams are sort of cracking. Look,
Okay, I think I should tell the others.
Whatever, go.
You want to stay here? Is that what I take away?
He had walked, turned his back on you, sort of walked to the other side of the room, comes back quickly, and again sort of comes almost conspiratorially towards you, and says, clearly, once they remove the influence from the scale, or I don't know, they do not have my best intentions. If they killed Dury, that means they're trying to cover up, and I don't think I'm going to survive this. So, yes, I want out.
You want out. Okay. That is something I can, yes. And I make my way back to the panel, trying to keep all of this in my mind somehow to then blurt it out to the others without having understood anything.
Yeah, as you notice that Deucey's been to the. So how'd it go? Oh, promise I wasn't listening. You actually believe her.
You could tell me what this was about, but let's go back to the others.
Yeah. Shh, come on.
The quick route this time.
Yeah. And you're going in. This has all taken maybe 20 minutes in all. Nirma, Lilio. Actually, I would say half an hour considering the time. What have you been doing?
I think I sort of distract everyone because we can't really do anything at this point except wait. Maybe I suggested a game of cards actually.
Okay.
I imagine Jayla having the most outrageous pornographic card set that you can imagine.
It's the Tarot of the Seven Veils.
Something like that, yeah.
Seven Maiden Tarot. Okay, here we go. Seven Maiden Pickup. It's the game is clearly it's one of those games that's clearly in the dealer's favor. Where it's the idea is the house always wins, right? So it's one of those things where Nirma, do you get in on this?
I'll probably watch the first couple of games saying, I mean, it's not gonna be that long, and then after a while it gets that long, and so she stops fiddling with her little gadgets and joins the game.
Okay.
Yeah, and Lily really only suggests is because Jayla is really out of sorts. He needs to be distracted somehow. Because he can see that he's in distress about the whole situation and he wants to do something.
So let's get a roll in here. I just want to see how bad Nirma's gonna lose. So Lelio, what would be this approach? I'm guessing flashy with regards to because you're showing off. It's the whole thing. You're trying to sort of a distraction, or are you going more careful, sort of planning the whole thing? How are you doing this?
Probably flashy, yeah. I mean, Lelio probably knows how to do a few card tricks or something, so he probably goes full casino croupier here.
Okay. How about you, Nirma? How are you going into this?
Nirma's probably going to go with clever.
Okay.
She hides it, but she's been a soldier. She knows cards.
She knows the game. Okay. Okay, so Lelio, that's a 6. So Norma, go ahead.
Why now? Why not in something important?
You have no idea how important this is.
Okay, maybe.
Nirma, that's a 3. Do you want to add something to that? Actually, let's say, actually, don't forget, you can also call upon one of Lelio's aspects to bump that down.
Norma, you mean?
No.
Your aspects.
No. Lelio, Nirma can call upon your negative aspects. I mean, if I can. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could always go for I don't read, but I do talk, which means I could say, well, you're distracted. or because you're trying to help your friend. Just give me a second. The neighbors are smoking.
It's pretty easy to distract Lelio, that's true.
Or you just distract yourself.
I mean, Norma's probably gonna ask questions to distract both of you, and so she's gonna start gossiping and asking how you guys met, how you since how long you know each other.
You mean you ask questions about Lelio's past?
About Lelio and Jayla's common past.
Well, did they or didn't they?
So.
No,
So
yeah,
here's the thing.
yeah. I just decided that at some point they definitely did.
Ah, okay.
I will spend a point on that, or token or something.
Okay. So right. So okay. So technically, Nirma, you could invoke one of your aspects, as in which would explain to you why you know the card. So that'd be a +2 for you, but that'd be a 5. What you can also do is spend a fate point to invoke maybe I'm a lover, not a fighter. No. We said I don't read, but I do talk. As to, well, you would be more enticing to talk, which means her 6 would go. Well, sorry, Lelio's 6, so his 6 would go down to a 4. You would win.
Yeah, but
That kind of.
no.
I'm trying to engage the mechanic. Okay.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
I know, but not right now.
Okay,
We're so
fine.
oblivious to the mechanic.
Huh?
We're so oblivious to the mechanic.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what I love this game. The mechanic is literally a guideline. Okay, so as you I think Nirma, you don't manage to catch much, right? From the two. I think there's definitely a moment where you see maybe an old complicity between the two of them. Maybe the way you don't win because maybe you know. I mean, at some point, Lily, I don't think you're even hiding the fact that you're cheating. Right? Am I wrong about that?
Well,
Worse.
No, well,
I can imagine worse than that. Is those two know each other so well that they're actually enabling each other's cheating.
Yeah, I like that.
like they tend to, they bring out, especially in front of a dwarf, they bring out the worst elf qualities in each other.
Right,
At this point,
yeah.
trying to out-glamour each other and stuff like that. Poor Norma is completely.
Oh, this is definitely an
Over
elf.
one.
This is definitely an elvish game where glamour is a part of it, which means Nirma that you're kind of put out. You can't really engage with it simply because, it's some of the cards only work if you glamour to distract the opponent or something along those lines. Okay.
Like, cheating is a part of the game mechanic
Yeah.
here, sort of.
But I mean, it's only cheating.
But
It's not cheating because you're using what any elf would have, right?
Yes, exactly. And also, it makes you sort of feel good, and that is what Lilia wants to
Right,
do
okay.
for Jayla, because you feel good about yourself if you shine.
We are building this game in a way. I love it. Why do I feel that it's the kind? This is the same kind of use of a "never have I ever" kind of ambience or whatever, so to sort of force things out. Anyways, let's. There's a particular tricky combination that's going on between Lelio and actually you, Nirma, and you're going, what's going on exactly? And when there's a knock at the panel, and you being alone, panel opens, and Ren, you're back with your companions.
So I enter the room again and I look at them, looking back at me, kind of in the middle of playing cards, card still half over the table. And I'm just having this absolutely puzzled face. And I tell them what has happened, and I probably mix up a thing or two. But like the gist is that he is there, and I don't quite know why, but he is alive, and he thinks that Dury is the dead dwarf in the morgue, and he is dragon touched, but not by the Emperor, but by a scale that he found that he wanted to bring back, but I don't know where. And now someone wanted to kill him, but someone else wants to grant him magical asylum. And like I just trail off in like weird facts. So I guess in the end he did say he wants out, so I guess we should help him get out of here?
To Norma and to Jayla, and back to Ren.
Jayla sort of looking and going. And there's. Anyways, good. Yes, but.
What I don't get is. Oh yeah, no, of course. We need to get that fucker to the guild.
Yeah, he wasn't quite fond of that. I think he said something along the lines of, well, but to the guild I'm dead, so that's taken care of.
Yeah, well...
I don't mind, like, you know.
The thing is, staying here will only get him killed.
I suppose so.
He said he wanted
They
out.
just kept him alive because they were waiting for the big official to come in.
So you want to walk in here with, like, guild members? Is that...
Ideally, I would prefer to avoid it. I would prefer to get him out and get him to the guild, and then he can officially claim refuge.
The window smashes.
Ah.
It's already smashed. The other one?
The other pane of glass, yeah.
Oh,
You know, there's the panel that goes down,
yeah.
right? That was smashed, and now the one above it has been smashed as there's another rock that comes in. So, Nirma, what was the message to the guild?
The message was found Orin Coppercloak alive. Will probably well, it's guild code, so it would have been, I will bring him in on your approval. Security might be needed.
I think you have just one symbol that says security will be provided. The equivalent is yeah. What you understand is reinforcements are coming. So, on that note,
you tell us about this? Is the whole stone throwing, like, because I'm looking at Norma, like, very confused again, like, what was that about? Do you let us know?
Yeah, I'll tell you about this.
Well, fair. So I guess we can fight our way out, huh?
Well, preferably. Do you think he would manage to squeeze into the small corridors?
No way.
Shit.
Do we know how many guards there are down there?
I mean, there were none in the room.
Well, they're usually three in the corridor leading up to the room, 2 in the central chamber, in the foyer, and I think there are 2 up in the rooms, but I think they're occupied. Says Deuce.
That's 5 guards.
At least 5.
I mean, I
That's
can
not
do a
good.
lot, but I can't do that.
I mean, I might have something for that. I'll grab my pouch, put it on the desk, and start. Yeah, I remembered correctly. Wait a minute. I'll grab one thing, grab a couple of loose mechanisms that are hanging around.
Ducey sort of jumps on a. You're working on the table. You've moved aside a sort of a very expensive looking kind of a lamp, sort of oil lamp. Of course, very gaudy. And Ducey's going to go, oh, sort of looking up, and you have those eyes going, ooh, as you're sort of.
You said 2 in the hallway?
No, two in the main, 2 in the bar, 3 in the hallway, and 2 in the rooms.
And
Not
so
together.
downstairs in the basement. Could we go? Could we squeeze Orin out without getting through the bar?
There might be another. I mean, there's the cheaters entrance, exit. It's when the wives
are waiting in front.
Got it.
But that one's been. And so, Joel goes, yeah, but that's been. They sealed it off. They only wanted one. They decided.
Sealed it off with what?
I mean, brick and mortar.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's technically. It's just one layer, right? It's not the. And you would know that if they bricked it up, then it's not fresh. That foot thick.
Yeah.
And it's fresher, right? So
yeah.
You would know as a demolition going, yeah, that's not safe.
that's cute for show, but unless they remodeled the whole door so as to not have visible.
No, they have not.
We're good.
It's condemned. It's not. It's not fully
sealed.
filled in. Yeah.
Okay, we can get through that. So we only have to take care of the 2 guards downstairs. We'll
3,
skip. Or 3 guards downstairs. I heard 222, but I might be wrong.
322.
322. I have something for the 2 downstairs. If we can avoid alerting the other 4.
Do you have a way to take them out without alerting anyone?
Yep.
Ren looks slightly impressed, but still wants to see it before they believe it.
Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why.
Just ask me, Ren. Sorry.
But I remembered I had something interesting, and it's confirmed it's what I thought. So this little thing will release a sleeping gas. Discreetly.
You want me to sneak that through the panels?
Well, technically,
Let me do it.
could you place it in a place where it won't affect Oren and only will affect the 3 guards?
That door's pretty thick, so if he stays away from it, yeah.
Great. Just pull the pin here and then get out.
She grabs it. Coming, you stick. Coming for you.
Okay, so that's Norma's. I've got a.
Actually, I
I've
would
got
say
the
this.
right tool for the job.
Okay. There's actually a moment where Ducey sort of lifts up her sleeves, and you can actually see on the inside of her arm there is sort of a anarchist symbols.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think Lelia, you would recognize. These are whatever happened to her in her. This would be the Irish equivalent. Well, this would be the equivalent of the Irish Sinn Féin or IRA. You know, sort of anarchy, kind of soldiers, a kind of thing. Yeah, her interest in your bomb making, Norma, was out of experience.
It's not a bomb. It's just a sleeping cat.
Oh, it's a bomb. But the thing is, she's going now.
Yeah.
Well, the gas needs some time to act.
Okay.
But we should be ready.
But we should be ready. So, for now, I'm gonna ask. So, if Ducey is down there releasing the gas, maybe Lucy or Jayla, if they're willing, to show us the locked up exit. The
Yeah. I mean, it's out. Just out the. And
I
just
know
on the
where
back.
it is.
Yeah, Lilia, you would know where it is.
I know where it is.
You know where it is. Okay.
Oh, Lelio.
Please.
Actually, on that note, before we get to the big showdown towards the end, because we're coming up on really on the end of things, let's take a short break, okay? And then we can come back with kind of a battle plan, so that I can myself put up a battle plan in my head and see where I want each of you to intervene. Okay?
I mean, we lost our big fighter, so I was trying to find a way where we wouldn't have to have a showdown.
Mike is still there. Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Listen,
So.
I might be small, but I'm still a fighter.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Fighter am I?
Lelio is already collecting like everything that's like letter opener shaped and can be used as a throwing knife.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. But then again, just ask, and one of either Lucy or Ducey. Well, not Lucy in this case because Ducey's occupied. Is we got all you need. We got everything you need. So, hey boss, we taking the place back? Lucy, no, just make sure that the customers are safe. Hey, you know what they say about an omelet? There's an energy that is inhabiting Lucy, and you're going.
They were trouble.
Oh yeah. Okay. But on that note, let's take a break here. For those watching, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Actually shorter than that because, well, you'll just get the intermission music and then we'll see you on the other side. Okay? See you then. Be right back. And we're back. Okay. So, where were we? Let's move into something a bit more tense, shall we?
Tense or intense?
Yes.
Why not?
So, the plan is coming together, right? You have a anarcho-syndicalist bomber with a sleeping gas bomb that is headed downward to the cellar. You have most likely a bunch of guild dwarf security officers coming in from the guilds, and you have a bunch of snake men to take care of in order to extract the dwarf. So, what do you do?
First, let's open that door.
Okay.
Or let's get it at least loose, that we can just one hard push and it gets
You mean the wall at the back?
the wall at the back.
The sealed door.
Yeah,
Unseal
okay.
the door, basically. Is it sealed from the inside or from the outside?
No, definitely. Well, the door was taken out. It was covered up and plastered on either side.
Cool. Okay. I mean, not cool, but
Yeah.
We're still at this point. We're just about still in the office.
Yeah, I think you would be still in the office right now.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure that somewhere there's this like a bronze statue of something on a piece of marble that can very well be used as to punch in walls.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Lelio grabs that.
Then, yeah, your host goes,
I'm just going.
fuck it. Fuck it.
Jayla, I'm so fucking sorry about all of this.
There will be. I'm sure we can
Hey.
justify something from the guild.
Whatever you break, I'm not paying for it anymore. So,
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
more like sorry that probably Jayla will have to run maybe after this, or I don't know. That's
If
that's
you
for
need
after.
extraction as well, that is possibly.
okay.
That is possible.
Ren
So,
just
go ahead.
takes out gloves from from a pouch around their belt and like puts them on, so their hands are protected, and they might have some sand sewn in at the knuckles, but I mean,
Yeah, they're worker gloves, but they're worker
Sure.
gloves. Right, yeah.
yes.
Because if I remember correctly, all of you were frisked and at the entrance. So your weapons are at the front desk.
Is Lucy still there, or the other one?
Lucy is currently downstairs, but Lucy must be at the cloakroom.
So technically, yes.
We can't really get there except through the walls.
Also,
Well,
I
I think-
I still have my knife, by the way. Like,
You
'cause
managed
I
to
came in
smuggle
the
it
back.
in.
No,
Oh,
I
right.
can't
No,
be
no,
sure.
you've got all your equipment. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Ren could run to the cloakroom through the walls, get our stuff, and bring it to us.
Do I recall where the cloakroom was? Did we pass that on the scenic route?
You would have. Make me a. Let's see. What kind of roll would that be? Oh, come on, music. Ooh. Stalking music. That's good. Right. Make me a careful roll. That's a 1. You could get there if maybe general direction is that way.
Okay, so I think
You wouldn't know the quickest route.
Yeah. How important is it?
Just what we can find here. I mean, I just need something to throw. because I'm no good in fist fight, but I can throw knives or something.
I think Ducey mentioned something about don't worry, we've got you covered.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about that.
Right, yeah. And you know what? On that, I think as you're going on, Ducey brings up, she's basically got a sort of a small bag of equipment. Maybe not your whole entire arsenal. I'm looking at you, Nirma. She doesn't have the explosives.
No!
I'm pretty sure her sister confiscated them at some point. And is maybe going to be using them herself. You have no idea what kind of havoc you've just...
Unleashed?
Not unleashed, sponsored. Hobbit Liberation Front.
I want a patch.
The HLF, yeah. It's all about second breakfast. Second chances and second breakfast. Get Theo to work on something. Anyhow, as you are, as you were equipping, I'm going to spend a point here, basically, one of mine, and I'm going to say I'm going to use the aspect under new management.
Oh,
so
shit.
that as you are preparing, without knocking, a young woman with delicate scales around the eyes just opens the door and walks in with refreshments or whatnot. She's got a tray, she's got some, but basically she opens it up and basically in one moment sees it all. The passage, the knives, the preparation. What do you do? You know what? Let's basically go for initiative. The way it works in Fate is we determine what kind of approach is going to be taken. And then we see who has the highest number in that approach. So in this case, you've got two choices. Either you rush them. So you go for something physical, like, forceful, quick, whatnot. Or, you know what? Here we're gonna. All of you, just do a roll. This is not with approach. This is a straight roll. The highest will basically choose what aspect we are going to be using for the fight.
Yeah, but what roll do we use? Because it's
So
gonna...
on your character sheet, you should be able to find. There's if you click on the one that is up that just says approaches, that should roll with just 0, or just roll any one that you would have with 0.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Look at us. Great rolls.
Okay, 0, 0, -2. Right. Okay.
yeah.
I'm trying here. Lelio and Ren, Lelio, what is the aspect you're going for?
Would it be the aspect that's my strongest aspect, or that I think would work best right now?
Right now,
Would work
as in
best.
what reaction, what would you go? Are you going to talk the person down? Are you going to jump them? What are you going to do? Okay, Ren.
You do, yeah, Ren, please save me.
Ren definitely runs over and slams the door shut behind her. So she's in the room with us.
Okay,
The door's
we're
closed.
gonna see how that works. So right now, in initiative, let's see, turn order. So let's see, Leo, Ren. So you're going, but are you going quick then?
That would be forceful.
Forceful. Okay, so you're just going. So what's?
I'm just going like bam.
Right. I forget her the name that I had given her. Something floral.
I must honestly say we haven't written it down, so
I think
anything will work.
we'll call her Petal.
It was Petal.
It was Petal? Yeah. It's good to know that I got my own reflexes. So I am going to roll for her to see what score she's gonna have. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, she is not the most physical. So Lelio, what's your forceful?
Do forceful, because this is not
2.
the situation where I would get hit.
Ren, you've got 5. Oh, you got 3, right?
3.
Right. Nirma,
2.
2. And Petal is at a -1. She is not forceful at all. But she might be quick. So, right now, the turn order is set. What we're looking as, you are not necessarily to use forceful, right? Ren, you are going in, you are acting forceful. It's just that this is a forceful situation, and therefore we're using that for turn order, right? So Ren, you're going in first. What do you do?
I'm slamming the door shut.
Okay. Yeah, make me a go. So go ahead, make me a forceful roll. So that's a 4. Okay. Okay. Pretty much, yeah. As you go in, slam the door. Does make a bit of noise, so that might attract some attention. But yes, you are now inside the room. You were there with the fists. Her in there, just going, what's going on? Nirma? Or Lelio.
Nirma.
You're gonna be acting at the same time.
Get behind her and put my hand over her mouth.
Okay.
And just basically just hug her from behind and put my hand over her mouth.
Okay, so this is because you're gonna be acting against her. Oh, actually, Ren. The reason why actually, I should get my notes with regards to this. Going back to Ren for a second, just so you know, you can do 4 actions. So overcome, create an advantage, attack, or defend, right? So what we're going to do is, here you're creating an advantage, which is closed door, right? So secure room. So you okay, so definitely you now have an aspect which is called enclosed space. So it is an aspect to the room as long as the door isn't opened up again, right? So this can be used in any situation by anybody by spending a fate point. Okay? So, Nirma, Ren, you've created that situation. Nirma, you're coming in. I am going to say that you are going to need a 3 to sort of, because she's quick, she's kind of agile, kind of stuff. So you'll need a 3 to basically get her in a position where she's no longer able to speak or yell out. So Lelio?
That was Lelio doing.
Yeah, sorry, Lelio, yeah. So Lelio,
Okay.
roll it.
3 in forceful.
You need to. Oh, 3 and forceful. So you're good. You've caught her. She's caught.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I do believe that our food has just arrived. Sorry, a bit of our out of the. So we are going to take literally, for those watching, a 2-second break, but be right back. Promise you less than a minute. We're back. And now with food. Anyways, moving on. So, Lelio, you now have this as you grab her, your hand over her mouth, the platter sort of falls to the floor, but due to the heavy carpet, there isn't that sort of crash that could alert anyone. Her hands immediately go up to try and grab to your arms, struggling, but you keep her there. She, however, is going to try and kick you, trying to sort of get out.
Technically, if we're going turn order, I haven't acted
Oh,
yet.
right, yeah, no, sorry, yes, of course. Nirma, go ahead.
So I think Nirma would see Lelio just getting the hand on the mouth and reflex. How tall is she compared to Nirma?
You are not.
Off somehow.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe half a head above you. So
Yeah, okay.
I mean, she's small, but maybe half a head above you.
I would go and trip her to put her to the ground. Basically.
Okay, so we would
We double tackle her.
lay her down together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's getting late today.
We
did. Yeah.
Sorry, I would try to avoid the whole chewing thing.
Yeah.
No. And lightning quickly, you guys basically jump her. One to the upper side, the other to the lower side. Does anybody have some some sort of kind of rope or whatnot?
Rope here.
Hmm?
Jayla, do you have rope?
I mean, I most certainly do have some rope or some way of just manacling her.
I mean, I don't think that you would not carry a rope or whatever, but no, I think that you would be able to find curtains or something along those lines. Shack, or just to wrap her up in.
Curtain ropes.
The curtain ropes. There's when you're asking Jayla about ropes, and you're going, literally, he's like, this is my office.
You don't you? I have seen plenty of ropes in this place. Wait, not here, but
look, bring it.
yeah, never mind.
What are we gonna do with her now? I mean, it's, I guess, now or never. Look, I'll stay here.
Tie her up. Put her in the wall. Tie her up. Gag her.
Yeah, she's not gonna fit in the. Maybe. Lucy, you think you? Lucy sort of. Yeah, maybe. Okay.
I mean, she's not. She's thin. You should be able to drag her through.
Again. Okay. Do what you need to do. Just get out.
So we get out.
Okay. As you exit the room, leaving. The door closes as you can see. Lucy sort of dragging the girl towards the open flap in the little thing. The flap is maybe, it's what, 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters. I mean, Ren, you had to sort of scoot down to get inside. How you're gonna get this work? We're hoping as the audience, we're hoping she's a contortionist, some way. But Lucy has that very determined face.
So, but we did load up on whatever weapons Lucy.
Yes, you have your full
brought
equipment.
us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or at least the lightest part, right? If
Yeah.
you had a two-handed sword, it didn't come up. But yeah, you've got your knives. Ren, Ren, you've got your working gloves. And Nirma, you've got your belt back. So, Okay, so where do you head to?
To that door that's been like the cheaters exit.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I'm leading the way, and I have a bronze statue of a half-clothed woman in my hand, and I'm looking very determined and very stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did not like what just happened, but I'm trying to put on a brave face and
Okay.
take the quickest route to that door, or what used to be that door.
Yeah, the inside, as you notice, the you come up on it fairly quickly. You know where it is, and indeed, it's been just like literally bricked up, red bricks, just placed one layer, cement in there. It's not going to take a lot of time to break through it. You don't think? However, it's going to make noise.
Yeah. Do you want me to make a roll, or do we just do this?
You know what? Make me a careful roll.
Norma's gonna inspect the mortar around the whole thing.
Okay, so technically, you're helping Lelio, which means Lelio gets a +1.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say that considering that I rolled for their attention, which is a 1, with a 2, you, Nirma, as Lelio starts to sort of arms the massive sort of bronze kind of thing, and you're going, no, wait. And you hit here, hit here, hit here. And in 1 or 2 sort of strikes, you manage to break apart enough so that you can sort of break it apart with your hands, right? You don't have to smash through it with a hammer. But yeah, you have a functioning exit. So,
That was the easy part.
that was the easy part.
Okay, let's go down to get a dwarf, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know the way? I
Yeah,
look at
I know
Lelio.
the way.
Nirma, could you roll me a smarts, please? As we're going to test the efficiency of your gas. Oh, clever.
No efficiency on the gas. It's right tool for the job. Once per session, I'll pull out the right tool to bypass an obstacle. No dice, you just succeed.
Okay, you just succeed, right? As you come down, there is a very satisfied little halfling sort of standing above bodies of 3 fairly massive men. Most of them, I think one of them is has the head is sort of it's a humanoid head, but the neck is just a little bit too long. The other one has there's one of them that actually has a serpent snoring now, but in place of his right hand. And the third one, I think, would be sort of this muscular, sort of almost, as he's hanging on the side and mouth open, you can see 2 large fangs and a long tongue sort of hanging out, like that. You know your gas isn't going to, it could last maybe 15-20 minutes, or until somebody wakes them up, but it's gonna be quick.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah, let's be quick.
Okay.
So I carefully step over and between them. And reach the door that I know.
That
from
well,
the
I mean,
inside, right?
Deucey's there to go. whole opening the door with a sort of very sort of exaggerated courtesy bow going on. And Nirma and Lelio, you now see a dwarf, barely clothed. Nirma, this is not. I mean, the only thing that is covering up his body is, at least from the front, is the beard. No, it's. Imagine Hugh Hefner pajamas without the bottom.
A regular day it's a Red Lotus.
Fair. And Nirma, immediately you sort of, as you scan the beard for, just by your own nature. There are things missing. It would be it would be like if you I think what would be the B's? It looks like there are letters that are mixed up or jumbled, right? But it's enough for you to understand with what you think. Yes, this is Orin Coppercloak. And you go, oh. Well, you're friends. Yes. Yes. Okay.
You want it out.
Keep
We
it
got you
down.
out.
Oh yes.
And we need to go.
Very well.
Follow us.
He sort of takes off the whole thing, and sort of just ties it around his waist, basically. I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
But you
And-
will live.
Yes.
Shut
Well,
up now. Let's go.
do you have the scale?
You want it out. We get you out.
Yes, but
Where is it?
I don't know. It was taken from me.
Who
Mostly
took
by-
it?
My host. No, the one with the eyes.
Glasses.
Fun. Let's get you out first. We can
Yes.
take care of the scale then.
Okay. Right. And so you, let's get all of you a sneak. He's motivated. So he rolled a 0. Okay. Never mind. Can we get a sneaky? Oh.
Now
Wow.
they decide to show up.
Okay.
I've got a 0 in sneaky, so that's all pluses.
That's a 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nirma, you yeah. Like I said, he rolled a 1. But I'm putting him -1, so he's a 0. Yeah, I think that maybe Lelio, you may be the last of the pack is sort of pushing him forward. Nirma very much sort of navigating the whole thing, making sure that there is absolutely no noise. Yeah, you managed to make your way out. The only thing is, currently, yeah, I mean, technically, you are home free, right? You're just running with a fairly naked dwarf in the streets of the Red District.
Well, I thought reinforcements were coming.
They might, yeah, they might, but they're gonna go in the front door. Kill business. So, actually, Nirma, as you're rounding around the whole thing, what you see the security detail. Tell me about it.
With the message I sent, they probably sent, and seeing the district, Not just two random guys, but a security crew. A dwarven security crew is 6 people. And yeah, they're usually not really joking around, and they're quite serious.
Yeah, I can imagine that there's. Well, the security team is 6 people because you've got one to lead, one maybe sort of half ogre or something like that, and the other 4 are just to make sure that the half ogre can do his job. I think your friend Lelio is going to have bigger issues than just a broken window.
I mean, it depends. I didn't say to attack. I said we need security to get him out of there.
Yeah, so they're going in.
Which is the point where I'll just step out and say, job's done, guys, but an escort out of here would be nice.
Mm-hmm. There's a moment where I think the lead dwarf, who's the head of a dwarven security team, is always an some sort of accountant, right? As in, because that's how you negotiate. Those are the negotiators, right? So some sort of accountant, and just to be able to pick up on going, okay, vase broken. There you go. There's everything is accounted for, including the chipped swords or whatever damage that if their brute gets wounded, medical bills will be put to the victim. I think there's a moment where they're going. The lead goes, yes, very well. And the 4 are trying to keep the ogre. They put the ogre in the direct line towards the door of the cabaret. And they're trying to no, stop. And he's having a difficult time of understanding that he cannot smash tonight anymore. He was told that he was going to smash. He was hoping to smash, and now he's being told that he won't smash, and he's being a petulant child about it. That's a 0. Okay, he's convinced.
We promised the guys inside that the patrons wouldn't be hurt, so let's avoid Hulk smash.
For the sake of brevity, let's get to. I mean, you got out of it. I don't know what your friend is going to be doing with a stuffed a wall stuffed with snake.
One moment, Norma.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Lelio goes to Norma and asks her, is it possible for this ogre guy to go in and just give Jailer one punch so that it looks like he is not involved? Please do not hurt him badly, but just...
I mean, if it's about punching Jailer, I can do that.
It's not. Yeah, you don't need the ogre for that. That's a bad idea.
Yeah. Please just let's give him some deniability here. Let's help him.
Yeah.
Friend, you want to crawl back in?
Of course. I can also check that scaly lady for scale, potentially, or ask her where the scale is. We should talk to her anyway.
Actually, I think that would be the first thing, Nirma. I think the first thing that accountant looks on Orin's body, checking the beard. He goes, Copper cloak. Where's the scale? Traitor. And sort of Orin goes, I had it, but it was taken from me. Oh, convenient. Well, is it still within the building? I don't know, sir. Convenient. Well, the contract states for escort of this individual to the edge of the quarter and to the nearest guild building. We will do so. Understand this, Coppercloak. The escort stops there. Protection, anyways. So, you are currently our guest, but you will be expecting manacles when you get there. They are expecting. The last thing that we want is war with the guild in Europe. Move! And sort of push forward. As for you, Norma, your receipt?
Thank you, sir. However, we do have information that we have found. When would the convenient time be for the guild?
I am the guild. You may speak.
Fair. It's gonna take a while. Lelio, Ren, why don't you guys go inside,
Ren.
see with Shayla, okay?
Sup, clerk? Yes. Take the statement. I have other
Sure.
things to do.
Yeah. We'll
As
check
it-
the Scaly lady.
No, as basically he turns around and you have this young one of the four that was on ogre duty, clearly having the sort of has the of a sub clerk, right, an assistant. He goes, yes, statement, yes. Never, ma'am. This kid has barely got fuzz on his cheeks, right? He's the intern.
Norma has a sigh and a... give me your papers, kid. It's gonna be way faster if I do it.
Sure. So hands the notepad.
I mean, Norma probably also has... Norma's first job was also being the scribe for the guild, so... She knows the graphs, she knows the stencils, she knows the abbreviations.
Yeah, and there's something about these kinds of forms where there's a box for everything, enough so magical item found in a bordello, you have those boxes and you can sort of click them out. Or abbreviate, is it other? Yes.
They're also gonna be, yeah, so she's gonna just quickly fill them in. Go in, guys, I'll be with you in a minute.
Sure. And we head off inside again, through the back entrance again, I assume? Because we're now armed again, we will be...
Yeah,
I think
back
that-
entrance is better, yeah.
Okay. I think that what happens here is... And we'll leave... Well, you know what? I think we'll leave the mystery of the scale to another crew. Because as you guys turn around, you have the doors of the Red Lotus burst open. And five lizardmen, there's a sort of five dragon touched, sort of burst out. Three of them still a bit groggy. One is clearly holding his head. But there is the one with the snake head sees the group, points a finger, and then whistles. A shrill sound echoing through the streets. Echoed or enhanced by the growl of the half-ogre as they charge towards each other. You in the center, Ren going, and I think as the fight commences, that's where the credits roll. You've solved the mystery, you found Coppercloak, Most likely the kid's going to get out of jail. Now, while the do you guys have any questions? No. First of all, let's do this. The credits roll, and then stop, and we come back to let's put something.
I love me some good after credits.
Yeah, let's go for no, I don't like that one. Let's go for this one. Doesn't matter. We come up to. Oh, there we go. We find ourselves in a warehouse. Any persons in the know would understand that this is right off the docks. There is agitation, movement. A boat, a steamboat, has come up and is being slowly unpacked. No,
Unloaded.
unloaded. Thank you. You can see large crates, and on them, on each of them, is marked with a golden dragon seal. On most of the others, you have sort of in a round, sort of a serpent biting its own tail, sort of circular with two wings on each side. There's a man standing at attention, waiting for a passenger to disembark. The man is taller than most, maybe about almost hitting the 2-meter mark. He holds in his right hand a long cane topped with a cobra. He's anxious, nervous. Keeps looking to his escorts to make sure that they're properly attired and respectfully dressed. There's a moment where the gangplank sort of clashes onto the front, and we see a silhouette sort of cut itself over the top of the ship and walk down the gangplank. As we come back to the man, his entourage, and all of them in unison have dropped to their knees and are bowing head to the ground. The only one still standing is the man with the glasses. The passenger is wearing long robes covering fully in gold and silver thread. He has the collar behind him seems to almost echo the hood of a hooded cobra itself. His face is fully serpent, half completely scaled. His eyes, pupilless, sort of just those vertical slits. "Cousin," he says, as he makes his way down and doesn't move to embrace the man with the glasses, but the man just bows. It's just slightly. "Cousin, I believe you have something for us." "Yes, cousin. I have found a piece." "Good. The Emperor will reward you." The answer is, "Of course. I serve him in all ways." And as the two sort of look to each other, they start laughing as it is understood, at least from our point of view, that they serve an emperor in all ways but one. And that one way is loyalty. These two have their own ambitions. And something in Second City is brewing. And that's where we're going to end tonight. Now, this is where we would thank the players, we would thank the audience, but we're going to put in just a little bit of screen. Again, 20 seconds, no more. But then let's have a little talk with our players and kind of see if they had questions, if they had ideas, right? Remember, this is fully improvised. I had no idea what the ending was before 15 minutes ago. So, screen, and then we'll be right back for the after credits. Right. Okay. You guys want to put on some music or just want to go right into it?
It's fine. What have you planned for now? Like,
Absolutely not. Well, anything you want, basically. This is sort of after talk. Is it? First of all, how did you like the game?
I loved it.
I loved it.
oh my god.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The shared storytelling. Of course, everything went a lot your way because I don't know how to I don't know the mechanisms enough to actually put you in difficulty.
Neither do we, so
Yeah.
That was a complete beginner's
yeah.
game
Yeah.
for all of us. So
I actually do think that we played less Fate Accelerated and more just narrative telephone. No, that.
You know what? And that's very good.
Yes, I love it. I still think that I would probably be overwhelmed with like a Dungeons and Dragons scale thing.
scale.
I mean, I would have to find out, but it would probably, yeah. I don't think that I would be able to just do that, especially on Roll20 and without someone next to me showing me where on my sheet I have what and everything.
Don't worry about that. I've navigated a few newbies, and especially for D&D because you have D&D Beyond. That sheet has taught me everything I know about the game. So there are ways to help you through. Definitely.
Yeah, picking up D&D Beyond, D&D, especially with D&D Beyond, is actually easy.
Yeah. So, by the way, for those, because I forgot to mention this at the beginning, at the top, we've been playing Fate Accelerated. Well, we tried. Let's put it that way. The rules are basically guidelines, and we weren't even looking at the book. So, yeah. Well, I don't. So, do not judge the game by what you saw in this sort of series here. Do not take it into account. It's a much better game than we give it credit for. But no, there was some pretty. I like this whole improvisational thing.
Yeah.
And if the rules were just that the character sheet were just there to give you prompts on what to go on, then that's free play. That's cool. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a very different experience than usual, where you have your whole character fleshed out beforehand, right? You know all of your backstory and all of your stats and all of that stuff. And now it felt more like I was developing Ren while playing a lot more than I would usually do. So that was a really cool experience, and just adding bits and things that came up and that made sense in the moment, and then kind of trying to include that into the character as a whole was very cool. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, there were a lot of scenes where things went widely different from what I was expecting, and it was really fun. And it was also fun to find out how my character, who I wildly fleshed out, because I can't do it any other way, would react to it. And yeah, I'm sorry for that.
Don't worry about it.
So it was really cool to be put in these situations and just really have. Sometimes I blanked. Let's be honest, but I think that's just part of the process. And
That is definitely part of the process.
that was really fun to be like challenged like that, really, as a player and as a writer.
Yeah, I also felt that those small challenges allowed me to bullshit a lot more than I would usually do. Because usually it feels
Yes.
more like the stakes are so high, I have to play my character the way I intended it, and now it was more like, let's go with that, or let's do this. Why
Hey,
not?
I mean,
Sure.
if it's a low stakes, relaxing game, that's all you need sometimes as well.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, and again, it's one of my philosophies is that I never create a backstory more than what is necessary for the GM, because I'm basically going to tell the GM, look, I'm going to send you 5 bullet points, and there might be at some point where I'm going to invent something. I'm going to ask you, said, in this town, I might have a brother. Is that okay with you? Fine. Be polite. Ask before you try to break the GM's campaign. But that's what, as a GM, that's what I do, which is I will ask, saying, okay, I have done that in a D&D game. I'm saying, okay, I think, Emlyn, you picked up a hottie on the islands the other night, and I just said, what does she look like?
yep.
What's her name? I don't know. Okay, I'll look it up. Her name is this. Describe her to me. Oh, she's probably this. We've had. I think it's important to stay nimble. I tell my players, anything that you have in your backstory is up to change as long as it's not been played at the table. If you say it at the table as truth, then it exists, right? If Ren had, Ren mentioned very quickly that they had lost a wife. We never mentioned kids, right? We never mentioned it was, are there kids running around with their DNA,
Or not.
right? So if in the backstory you said, yeah, I got 3 kids, if it doesn't come up, well, as long as we don't mention those 3 kids, they're Schrodinger's kids. They're quantic. That's my philosophy, anyways. And this game was perfect for that.
You're very much a Schrodinger's GM.
Yes.
Hey, if I can have my players do all the work, I'm good. Yeah. No, this was really fun. And I think we're going to continue. Maybe not with this crew. Maybe necessarily with these characters. Who knows? Maybe they might come back, right? So, Nirma, Lilio, Ren, keep those character concepts alive, because who knows? They are now veterans of the Poltergeist, and who knows? So, to you who have watched this far, thank you for watching. Friend, foes, and those undeclared, we thank you for your attention and wish you good night. And see you soon.
Bye.
Hopefully in Second City.